What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's your friendly neighborhood bee monstrosity, and this is the first episode of Hardcore Class Setups. Alright, so I've been working on these classes for a while now. You know, it takes everybody a little while to get used to stuff, so things change on a regular basis, and I'm sure, you know, the Hardcore Class Setup 2 video will be a little bit different than this one, but right now this is what I'm digging on. Let's go ahead and look at this. This is my plug and play class setup, pretty much. So you could pretty much put any gun with 2 attachments into this class and it will be pretty damn beastly. Let's take a look at it, shall we? Alright, of course Ghost, you know, for obvious reasons. The Fast Hands perk is a must, an absolute must. I don't know why anybody wouldn't run with it. Of course, dead silence, because, well, it seems like sometimes you could get away without using dead silence, but if the enemy team is sound whoring, then you're pretty much shooting yourself in the foot by not using dead silence. Now, hardwired, you might be asking yourself, well, BMon, you know, the EMP and the concussion and the flashbang grenades are pretty annoying, but barely anybody uses them. Well, that is not the reason why I use this perk. The reason why I use this perk is because of the tracker perk. If the enemy uses a tracker perk, then they can see your footsteps for, man, it seems like a football field back. So if you're running throughout the map, then you got these footsteps falling behind you, and I believe that a lot of my kills that I get, where I get shot in the ass, are because of this tracker perk. Okay? So that's the reason I use this. Won't trigger trip mines is pretty convenient as well, I must say. Alright, the blast suppressor perk. Now, if you're using Ghost and you jump onto a wall or you jump up, if the enemy has a UAV up, then you're going to show up on the minimap. So it is very convenient to use this. I don't normally use a suppressor on a weapon. That's because, you know, normally I pop up on the radar for just a split second, everybody turns their back and looks towards me, and, you know, I'm still inconspicuous. But if you're jumping off of walls and stuff, people, you're kind of at a disadvantage most of the time when you're on a wall. So this is a very handy perk to have. Okay, now let's look at some variations of this class setup. Of course, you could always go with anti-up on here if you're trying to go for motherships or something like that. Like I said in the previous video, if you use anti-up and the combat focus specialist, pop combat focus, you're always starting off with a few extra points on your score streak meter, and you could get those score streaks a lot faster. Alright, well, let's move along here. Another class setup which I always tell people to have. You know, I am in the HCU and I normally run with HCU members, so we don't normally have a problem with score streaks and stuff being used against us. We normally just run through motherfuckers. But everybody should have a blind eye type of class setup that protects you from almost everything. This is pretty much my blind eye class setup. You got Ghost, of course. You got blind eye, keeping you away from the score streaks up in the air. You have cold-blooded, which keeps you away from the score streaks on the ground, like the Cerberus or the sentry guns. And this actually come in handy if you play solo a lot. You will not believe how many times that cold-blooded has saved my life against a Cerberus Cerberus and a sentry gun. People love them sentry guns too. So always keep a class like this just to protect yourself if you're running solo, or if the group of buddies that you run with are you know, allow score streaks to get put out. You know, and there ain't nothing wrong with that. But yeah, always keep a class like this, okay? And then you just plug and play. And I only generally put 2 attachments on a gun. My philosophy is that if you need to put more than 2 attachments on the gun, you probably should just switch the gun and use something different, because that gun is probably garbage. Okay, let's take a look at my actual classes here. Got the HVK. Like I said, you can plug in any of those different perk setups, and of course you know that I like to run heavy perks because, you know, the game's going to give them to you, why not take them? But this is my general perk setup that I use 99.9% of the time. Okay, you got the HVK, which from what I've heard actually draws up sight a little bit quicker than all the other assault rifles. So that's something to keep in mind. It has a very high fire rate. It is just a beastly ass assault rifle if you're an assault rifle type of person. Okay, always put quick draw on everything, because that a little bit of time that it takes you to pull up sight could be the difference between life or death in a Call of Duty game. Okay, so always give yourself that little bit of extra time to shoot and kill somebody. And then I put the extended mag on here because, you know, high fire rate, extended mag makes sense to me. Alright, let's go down and look at the next one. This may surprise some people, but I love this gun. This is my go-to assault rifle. The XR2 is a 3-burst weapon. I put quick draw, of course, on it, and I also put the laser sight on it. Now, what a lot of people don't understand about these burst fire weapons is they are really deadly at close range. So I put the laser sight on there just to give me a little bit more. It's kind of like a guide for me to wreck people up close. And you know, you just hip fire it, and it dominates people. The only disadvantage to like a burst fire weapon is about the medium range between your being able to draw up sight and aim in on somebody and being right up close to people. So keep that in mind. Try to stay out of those type of situations, but up close it is deadly as hell. And far away, I don't think I've ever had to two-burst anybody ever, unless they were hiding behind some kind of box or something and I hit mostly the box. It is extremely deadly gun. Another advantage of this gun is if you use it for long enough, say for example your aim is kind of off and you haven't quite yet got down your aim in Black Ops 3 yet, play with this gun for several games. It will force you to acquire the target and then pull the trigger, as opposed to a lot of other fully auto guns to where you're kind of pulling the trigger as you're acquiring the target. So it will increase your accuracy tenfold. It would also increase your hip fire accuracy as well. So highly suggest this gun. I love this class right here. I've gotten quite a few motherships with it. Still going for that elusive nuke, but it will happen. It will happen, people. It will happen. Anyways, moving along. My Pharaoh class setup. I made some changes from the last Pharaoh class setup that I put in a previous video. But basically, the elo sight seems to work really well for the Pharaoh. The Pharaoh seems to have really good iron sights, but when you're actually aiming down sight and pull the trigger, they seem to jump a little bit, so it kind of messes with you a little bit. So I do suggest putting this elo sight on it, and then of course the quick draw attachment. The Pharaoh could actually do with another attachment or so, you know, possibly an extended mag, but you just think that most of the time you're going to kill people with one burst. You may have to two burst some people at a little bit of a further range, so you're getting quite a few kills out of the Pharaoh. Now if you're playing a lot of domination or something, I've noticed in domination that you run into a pack of enemies on a regular basis, so you may want to take off one of these perks and toss an extended mag on there if you feel like using the Pharaoh, and then just supplement that final point with a lethal or a tactical grenade. But this seems to work pretty well. Go ahead and give it a try. The Pharaoh has dropped down from being my favorite submachine gun, and it has been replaced with this class. This is my beast mode fucking best class ever for Black Ops 3. I highly suggest you check this out. It is the Kuda, the most well-rounded gun in the entire game, the best gun in the game in my opinion. Of course, with quick draw and extended mag on it, and then my normal setup here. Okay, I'm pretty damn sure if you try this class out, you will fall in love with it. Alright, so be sure to check that out. Another gun that's also very good in hardcore, in case you did not know, is the Razorback. This is pretty much equivalent to the Peacekeeper from Black Ops 2. So as far as the second attachment on this guy, probably extended mag is what I would go with. But yeah, you could kill a shit ton of people with the Razorback because it has very high range to it. So you're pretty much popping people with one bullet the majority of the map. And actually, in one of the previous patches that they put out in the game, they actually extended the range on this thing because it just wasn't doing all that well in core. So it's made it even more devastating in hardcore. Okay. Another side note, they actually extended the range of some of the shotguns too. The Argus is just fucking ridiculous range at this point. You know, it's equivalent to a sniper rifle in some situations. But yeah, so anyways, there you go, people. Episode 1 of Hardcore Class Setups. I hope you could take some things away from this. As you can see, I'm very heavily perk influenced. You know, I just have no use for a secondary, not in hardcore. You know, if you were playing core or something, yeah, you're gonna run out of bullets a lot. Switch to your secondary. The lethals, you know, grenades and the one of them things called Semtex, they'll kill your teammates half the damn time. Trip mine, that's just a camper's paradise right there, and he thinks that, you know, it's going to do something, but if you're running hardwired, then you're not even going to trip them damn things. You know, C4 used to be more prevalent in previous games, but now nobody seems to be using it at all. And all of the tactical grenades except for one is pretty much garbage, and I won't tell you what that one is because somebody might be making a video about that one particular tactical grenade, and we will just have to see if that pops up in the near future. And I don't like to give away too many secrets because after all, I might go head to head with some of you motherfuckers out there in the lobbies. But yeah, there's my playbook. Go ahead and try it out, and I hope you enjoy them. Leave a comment down below if you've tried it out, and tell me what you think, or any kind of other classes that you think people might enjoy. Alright, motherfuckers, I will